Hello, I am on here today because we are about to hit Saggy season. Hang on, I haven't quite got myself lined up. There we go. Okay, so we are about to hit Saggy season. So Sagittarius season starts tomorrow, the 21st of November, and runs through to about the 21st, 22nd of December. Now, the mantra for Sagittarius is I seek. It's time to pop out of those watery depths of Scorpio and into the bright expansiveness that is Sagittarius. Now, I must say, I've probably never really appreciated Sagittarian energy until recently. As I've been delving more into astrology, I've definitely gotten more of an appreciation. This sign is about fun, it's about adventure, it's about playfulness. I mean, how can you not love that energy? And really, is there a better sign to have as we approach the Christmas period? Now, our biggest planet, Jupiter, actually rules Sagittarius. Now, Jupiter is our planet for expansion, for growth, for optimism, and for curiosity. Sagittarians are an absolute joy to be around. I have a couple in my life, no, actually more than a couple in my life, and they are amazing. They are curious, and it means they literally can turn almost anything into an adventure. I love this. So much for the world at the moment. If we can harness that, basically turning anything into a adventure, I think we can certainly get the most out of what might be a little bit of a restrictive time for all this Sagittarian energy. So we actually can't get out and adventure far and wide at the moment. So what I want you to do in this Sagittarian time is actually think about how you can make your life a little more adventurous in the confines of what has been given. I mean, I know at the moment I'm in the UK and we are in lockdown number 2, but there is definitely still ways that I am finding to, put a little bit of adventure back into my life as much as I can. Now, interestingly, the centaur that represents Sagittarius is actually in the sky, like when you look at it, it's actually pointing its arrow at the star called Antares, I think that's how you say it, which actually represents pains of the heart and how we can stir up our fears and anxiety. Now, having just stirred up all of those like pains and anxieties with the new moon a week ago, we can now point this Sagittarian energy straight at those fears and anxieties and fire that arrow straight into them. So definitely use this energy to help, if anything come up during that new moon in Scorpio, like help it just come through. Now, all of these retrogrades and the past year has definitely left us with some heavy energy. We kind of might feel a bit sluggish. I know a lot of people, including myself, have felt quite unsure of themselves during this year and where it's going. So much has changed and so much is still changing, and the road ahead is probably still a little unclear. That is fine. We have this Sagittarian energy to point us in the right direction, and that is the direction of our hearts. Please, during Sagittarius season, be led by what is in your heart, your passions, what brings you joy. What do you love? Let all those wonderful things guide you through the uncertainty during Sag season. And remember, anxieties are a way that guide you back to yourself and show you what is holding you back. So definitely when they come up, look at those as well. Now, during Sag season, we have the first of our eclipses. This is a lunar eclipse in the sign of Gemini, and it happens on November 30. So it is gifting us the opportunity to release. So lunar eclipses are more potent energy. So anything you've got left over, all those fears and anxieties, get rid of them. On December sort of 14th, 15th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. This again is big, powerful energy. So expect big changes, heightened intuition around this time. And we're basically going to be guided to like level up, which is, perfect at the end of the year. December 17 is another important one, and not only because it signifies the birthday of some of my favourite people, but Saturn also enters Aquarius. Now, this should be very interesting as Saturn's movements this year have aligned with lockdowns. So let's see what this brings in terms of news regarding the virus, shall we? Another big player in our skies is Jupiter, and it moves into Aquarius on December 20. And this is going to be a strong focus for 2021. So we basically could see collective energy focusing on community and humanitarian efforts. So yeah, that end of Sag season is going to be interesting. And December 21, as we actually leave Sag into Capricorn, is the winter or summer solstice, depending where you are in the world. And on this day, that both Jupiter and Saturn align. Now, this happens every sort of 2 decades, and for the last 200 years it actually occurred in earth signs, and this is going to be the first time it's actually happening in an air sign, and that is Aquarius, which is kicking off a new 200-year cycle, so look out for that one. I mean, with all that has occurred in 2020, how could we not expect it to end with a bang? Now, as I've said, I'm super excited for Sag season, but I do feel the need to pop in a little caveat here because it is 2020, so what would it be without a little caveat? Now, Jupiter, the planet that governs Sagittarius, is actually still going to be wedged between Saturn and Pluto for much of its trip through Sagittarius, meaning that all the excitement, optimism, adventuring may be a little more contained than usual. But honestly, with 2020 being what it is, I am still taking any kind of optimism I can get. I'm going to be living my life in full Sag spirit, even with any kind of containment. Now, Sag energy inspires us to dream big, chase the impossible, take fearless risks. So I want you to harness all of that energy as we end 2020. Have a good Sag season, guys.